ใหม่บูชาแนลค่ะ
สวัสดีครับพวกกับผมป้าใหม่บูนะครับกับเกม Dragon Age Origin นะครับเย้คราวนี้เราก็จะมาลุยกันต่อเลยนะก็จากคราวที่แล้วที่ว่าเราโดนสัปดาห์นี้ทำไมแย่ไปข้างนอก
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
เดี๋ยวนะครับเพราะว่าถึงผมก็ยังต้องแปลภาษาอยู่ดีในการเลือกคำตอบแล้วผมจะเลือกคำตอบตามใจพอสมควรแหละบทสรุปเอาไว้ดูเส้นทางเอาไว้ดูเป็นแผนที่อะฮะฉันไม่เป็นอะไรต้องขอบคุณแม่ของมอริแกนต้องใช้อะฉันไม่เป็นไรหรอกต้องขอบคุณแม่ของมอริแกนฉันแหละ
If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not? ใครจะสนน่ะแต่ตอนนี้ต้องทำอะไรสักอย่างแล้ว
We need to bring Loghain to judgment. Why would he do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon. Galen already summoned them. They'll come if they can, but I expect Loghain has already taken steps to stop them. We must assume they won't arrive in time.
เราจะคุณช่วยได้ไหมเฟเมน
I am just an old woman who lives in the wild.
เธอแก่แล้ว
I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Al Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
ถึงเลดคลิปเหรอ
I
ถึงเลด
suppose.
คลิปเหรอ
Al Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men.
ต้อง
And
ไป
he was
ที่
Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help. ฟังดูก็เป็นของที่ดีนะ
Such determination. How intriguing.
I still don't know if Al Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
เราต้องการผู้พักเสียครับที่เหลื
I
อ
don't
เก็บไว้ที่เหลือ
know
นะ
how to contact them, or if they're even on their way. We need to do something now.
You have more at your disposal than you think.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Build an army ก็เป็นหน้าที่ของเกลวาเดน
So
ไป
you
เลย
are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
ใช่ของคุณอย่างนะเฟเมล
No, no, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl, and you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
ให้มอริแกนไปด้วยฉันว่านี่เป็นความคิดที่ดีนะ
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
เว้ยก็ดีเลยจะพาเธอไปด้วย
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the blight. Even I.
I understand.
เขาก็ไม่ค่อยมั่นใจ
And
ที่
you,
จะไปเหมือนกัน
Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
ฉันเข้าใจ
Allow me to get my things, if you please.
ขอเวลาไปเก็บของก่อน
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours. Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
เสริมความอึดให้ตัวละครหน่อยก็เทคแล้วก็นี่ก่อนจะไปไหนเดี๋ยวเราจะมาตั้งแคมป์กันก่อนนะครับ ตอนนี้แคมป์มีแค่2 คนเพราะฉะนั้นเราดูที่เรามีของขวัญอะไรไหม วัญ
What do you need?
เลยถาม
Ask away.
ที่ผมมาที่ก่อนเนี่ยนะผมตั้งใจแล้วถ้าจบฉากนี้จะเข้าจะต้องมีการเกณฑ์สักฉากหนึ่งคนนี้เล่นดูคุณ
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfels. A whole pack of them, in fact.
ผมเป็นเรื่องยากกับเขานะ
Well, they were flying dogs, you see. Surprisingly strict parents, too. And devout Andrastians to boot.
ฉันเห็น
Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on a cold, hard ground, isn't it? 'Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Our Lehman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
ไม่ใช่พ่อคุณเหรอแล้วคุณรู้แล้วใคร
I know who I was told was my father. He died even before my mother did, anyhow. It isn't important. Our Lehman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, the new Arlessa resented the rumours which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
คนโชคดีเลยกับพระส่วนใหญ่
I
นะ
suppose you're right. I wasn't raised as the Arl's son, though, if you're picturing that. I slept in hay, out in the stables, not on silk sheets. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming. All I know is that the Arl is a good man and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Logain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
ได้ละทีนี้เราก็จะมาดูองค์โมลูแกนอยู่ด้านบนเลยบอกแล้วครับเข้ามาเพื่อนหนึ่งประโยชน์ในการคุยในการอะไรกันมากกว่าในข้อนึงคือมันจ้ามากที่เดี๋ยวนั้น ผมตั้งใจแล้วคราวนี้ก็คือจะมาตั้งค่ายบ่อยๆถ้าเกิดว่ามีเหตุต้องแบบเดินทางจะตั้งค่ายไว้ก่อนเลย
What do you wish of me?
มีอะไรอยากจะถาม
If you must.
เติบโตในป่านี้เหรอ
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
อยากรู้ว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นสิ่งนั้น
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness. ซึ่งโชว์เลยว่า I am no primitive, painted in blood and unable to speak the language. Flemeth knows much of your world and taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
ก็อาหารมาฟังดูเหมือนคุณนะ
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally he was arrested.
นั่นเป็นความคิดกันอยู่แล้ว
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
มันก็จับมือ
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes, how to eat at a table, how to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
อยู่ที่นี่แล้ว
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
โอเคเรามอดสำเร็จ ทีนี้เราก็จะมาเดินทางกันต่อเดินทางดูตรงนี้ได้ไหมอ๋อต้องออกไปเพื่อละตอนนี้มีแค่2คนฮะผมก็เลยมาตรงนี้ก่อน ตั้งใจไว้แล้วว่าจะตั้งแคมป์เรื่อยๆแล้วก็เดี๋ยวไปเมืองข้างหน้า เพื่อไปเอาสมาชิกอีก2ท่านก็ตอนนี้มีอยู่แค่เนี้ยแล้วก็มาตรงนี้เกิดเรื่องขึ้นครับ อันนี้ก็จะต้องอันนี้ผมบอกคร่าวๆนะก็คือ
And I expect each of you to supply
เจ้า
these
นี่มา
men.
ที่อำนาจนะครับ
We must rebuild what was lost at
แล้วก็โบย
Ostagar
ทุกอย่าง
and
ให้
quickly.
เกรวอร์เดนหมดเลย
There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you.
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Ow, เฮ้ยน้องรอด โอ้โอ้ว่าไงเจ้าหมาน้อย ไม่น้อยนะ
I sense some darkspawn.
Another battle, I see.
It's going.
มันกระดิกหางอยู่ มันกระดิกหางอยู่ แปลว่ามันก็ตามหาเราเพราะเราไปหายามารักษามันไงแล้ว อีกข้อหนึ่งมันก็เป็นเหมือนผู้รอดชีวิตอีกหนึ่งคนจากสถานการณ์นั้นน่ะ ฉันคิดว่านี่น่าจะเป็นหมาที่ฉันช่วยไว้ตอนที่ออสการ์
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
Hmm. ฉันอยากได้หมาแบบนี้มาตลอดนะ เพราะว่าตำนานที่เราเล่าเราเด็กเอลฟ์ไง ก็บอกว่าไปกับหมา แล้วก็กลายเป็นคนในตำนานที่เราร็อกกี้ขีทีก็ชื่อร็อกกี้ เอาเหรอครับ เดี๋ยวผมไปถึงเมืองแล้วผมจะนั่งก่อนตัดคลิปนะจะพยายามทำคลิปอยู่ที่ไม่เกิน30 นาทีอ่ะโอเคเดินทางมาถึงเมืองแล้วก็จะมีคุยนิดหน่อยแล้วก็เดี๋ยวไม่ต้องโซ่พวกนี้โจรนะฮะ
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others. You know, maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
คุณควรฟังเพื่อนแกนะ ฉันไม่ใช่ผู้
What
ลี้
did
ภัย
I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Heinrich. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay. ลืมมันได้ยังไงกูไม่จ่าย
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
อยากต่อสู้เกียววาเลียนเหรอ
Did he say he's a Grey Warden? Them ones killed the king.
Traitors to Ferelden, I hear.
โอ้โหข้าวหัวเริ่มมี
Put quite a bounty on any who are found.
But are them Grey Wardens good? I mean, really good? Good enough to kill a king?
You have a point. Well, let's forget about the toll. We'll just leave you to your darkspawn fighting, king-killing ways.
อันที่จริงฉันว่าฉันเพิ่มการสังหารหมู่โจร
Just
ไว้หน่อย
when
ก็
we
ดี
had
นะ
things settled.
Yes.
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
มันบอกว่ามันยอมแพ้ไปไหนมึงเป็นอาชญากรนะ
Yes, I'm a criminal. I admit it. I apologize.
ตาย
I'm not going down without a fight.
Let us end this! Oh, this should be over.
Yes.
โอเคครับหรือยังไงผมจบการแคสนี้ไว้เดี๋ยวเป็นต้นนะครับ ถ้าชอบอย่าลืมกดไลค์ กดแชร์ กด Subscribe เป็นกำลังใจผมด้วยนะครับ ตอนนี้ก็สวัสดีครับ ถ้าชอบอย่าลืมกดไลค์ กดแชร์ กด Subscribe เป็น เป็นกำลังใจให้ผมด้วยนะครับ